Hi, I'm Patrick Tuttle, the real estate guy with Legacy Real Estate Services, and today's FAQ Friday for February the 12th, 2021, we're talking about insurance with my friend Armando Reza of Goosehead Insurance. Armando, what are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and we're going to be talking about public liability insurance.
Public liability insurance. Sounds like fun. We'll be right back with our conversation. All right, so we're back, and again with Armando Reza of Goosehead Insurance. Armando, one of our clients, Lorenzo, asked a question about this clause that we have in our management agreement for him to be added to, or excuse me, for us to be added to his public liability insurance policy. Can you tell us what that is and why it's important for our clients to be added to that?
Yes, it's a very simple coverage that a lot of people, a lot of agents might not know of. It's just integrated into the policy itself. But it's important to talk about it because, like Forrest Gump said in his movie, it happens.
It happens.
It happens. So basically, what that's going to cover you, and that's just not just on a rental property, but also a homeowner's property. If anything happens within the premises, and the tenant in this case comes back and says it's your fault because of whatever happened in the home, this is going to cover you. And it's very important to be...
Now, when you say, let me interrupt you real quick. Now, when you say it's going to cover you, does that mean it's going to cover my entity, Legacy Real Estate Services, and the owner from a liability?
Yes, and that's very important. I'm glad you mentioned that. You got to be added on the policy as an additional interest.
So for us, Legacy Management Services, Legacy Real Estate Services, we need to be added onto. So this is the answer, Lorenzo. From the insurance agent standpoint, we need to be added onto that, just as the clause says. And this is also for the rest of you out there, we need to be added to your policy as an additional insured so that we have the liability protection in case there is some sort of a injury or an accident that happens. This is not a catastrophic loss like hail damage on your roof or a car that runs through the front of the house. Am I on the right track here?
Correct.
Okay. All right, what else do you tell us about this?
Well, basically, and I know you're probably thinking, a lot of you out there, it's like, what is this going to cost me, right?
What's it going to cost? Is there an additional
It's
charge?
really, I mean, most agents, they want to sell, and they don't take care of their customers like they should. So they just put the minimum, which is $100,000, which is not enough sometimes.
$100,000 liability coverage,
yes.
You think is not enough?
It is not enough.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Because the way things are out there now, medical expenses, if somebody gets hurt, it's just going to run you like in 2-3 days.
Okay.
So you need to be well covered. In all my policies, the minimum that I use is $500,000.
$500,000 is the minimum that you're going to put on yours.
And if the policy allows it up to $1 million, I'll put the $1 million. And it's only a difference of $20 to $50 a year.
A year,
So it's
$20 to $50 a year
Yes.
for the additional coverage. So
Correct.
For our mutual clients that we have, we've got a minimum of $500,000.
Correct.
And in some cases $1 million.
In some cases, if the policy allows it, the company, because I have over 50 companies that I can choose from to give you the best coverage possible. Some allow up to $1 million, and if that's the case, I use $1 million.
Okay.
Because I want them protected. I don't want them to come back and say, hey, you know what, you didn't cover me the right way.
Okay.
And like I said a little while ago, it happens.
It happens. So, and in fact, it's happened to us where one of our tenants added us to a lawsuit against the owner because the owner failed to disclose something not only to us but also to the tenant. And we're tied up in a lawsuit on this right now, and that's the reason why we're working diligently to make sure that you, our homeowner, as well as our company, are co-insured on this. Is that a proper term? Is co-insurance? We're co-insured so that in case there is a suit that's brought forward for liability, that we would have a joint coverage on this. Because here's the worst case scenario, okay? So we also talked about this in my management agreement. You as the owner have given us an indemnification against any claims, and I don't want to come after you for my legal bills to defend myself, but this additional coverage that covers me, so I don't have to do that with my owner, correct?
Yes, we got it, like I said, you have to be mentioned in the policy as an additional insured or interest.
Okay,
I think
additional
it's more of an interest in this case.
Okay,
And covered well, and I go beyond that. I mean, there's a public liability, which is a liability portion already built in the policy.
okay.
But I also offer umbrella policies.
Okay, so there's two ways that you can get this. One is with the policy that you already have, and then the second way is to get an additional policy, which most people know as an umbrella policy.
Correct.
Okay,
And that I recommend, especially with people, and we have a couple of customers in common in this regard, that have, 3, 4, even 10, 15 properties. So that umbrella, the name says it all, covers everything, including your own personal home, your business, and anything that goes beyond just the properties themselves.
okay. Now, Armando, as we wrap this up, if anybody out there wants to contact you to talk to you more about this, maybe even put a policy in place, tell them how to contact you.
Well, once again, my name is Armando Reza. I'm with Goosehead Insurance. My email address is armando.reza, and I'll spell it out for you, R-E-Z as in zebra A, at Goosehead, yes, it's just like goose, goosehead.com. And my cell number, at any time you can reach me, 915-832-1432.
All right, and we'll post that in the show notes down here as well. Armando, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. I
Appreciate it.
And I'm here to help.
He is here to help. In fact, he's in our building to help. So if you want to stop by, you can see Armando here. You better call him to make sure he's in the office. And that's at 5915 Silver Springs here on the west side of El Paso, 79912. That's 5915 Silver Springs Drive, Building 5, El Paso, Texas, 79912. And if you want to catch me, my cell number is also the best way. 915-588-1850 is that cell number, or Patrick at patricktuttle.com. And I'd love to be able to serve you and your family in any way possible. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation about how we can be of service. But for now, thanks for watching. God bless you, and make it a great day. Bye-bye.